Mhm.
Good day, everybody. We're actually recording this on a morning, which is usually unusual for us, but thank you for Julia Bergmann from Georgia Tech Volleyball for joining us and speaking with us for us today. Big win over Pittsburgh, highest ranked victory for the team in I think history, or at least in several years. What about that contest, winning in 5 sets? Again, I'm sure you're getting a lot of national attention about it. What was that feeling like for you and the team to earn that victory?
I mean, it was just great. I mean, we played so well that game. We knew that we could win from the beginning, and I think we believed in that even before the game started. And I think that was really important because Pittsburgh is a great team. I mean, they have Kayla Lund, they have a lot of good middles, and I think we just played. We scouted them. We played exactly how we said we were going to play them, and I think this team just achieved something really great for the program. It was actually the biggest win in program history, not just in years. And again, that just shows that we can compete with any team in the country.
And you had a big part in it with the team high 24 kills, but you were also on serve during that crucial part of the fifth set when the team was able to win the final 6 points of the match. I want to go over when you're serving during the a match because you're so do so well at it. What is your approach and how do you attack the opponent to be able to be so successful when you're serving the ball?
So first of all, I have a little serving routine. I bounce the ball an exact number of times every time. And I think that brings me like it focuses me in for the serve, and the coaches tell me where to serve, and I think just don't being afraid of missing that serve in that moment is really important.
And how do you do that? Because that was a crucial part of the match. How do you calm your nerves and stay focused during those serves?
First of all, I take a deep breath when I walk back to the serving line, and then yeah, I just do my little serving routine, and I think the rest. I mean, I practice serving all the time, so I trust myself in serving at that time. Yeah, I think that's it.
And watching matches, how do you communicate? We say you're told where to serve. How do you communicate with the coaches? And I see some of the players on the front line; they have the hand signals, all of that stuff. How does that work? Just explain to us for those who are maybe not familiar with how to prepare for a serve.
So usually we just say one, that is the position one of the volleyball field where I normally serve from, or just five. And then five means I just serve down the line, and then one means I serve cross court. So the coaches just try to hide it from the other team and just show me behind their back or something, for the other team, for them not to be able to see it. Or they just say the number of the player they want me to serve or short. So they just tell me, or they just show their hand signal behind their back.
I was gonna say, and do the players give that? Because I see the players as well in front of you. How do you tell them? Do they know the signals as well? Because I see them making hand signals as also. How does that work with you communicating with the players?
Yeah, it's actually funny. A lot of people ask me that about the hand signals. I mean, mostly who's in the front row, that's just for blocking defense. So the block shows the defense, which part of the court they're going to take away with their block. So, for example, if I show one finger behind my back, it means that I'm going to block the line, and the defense adjusts to that. And if I show two, it means that I'm going to block cross court. So the defense has to stay more on the line.
Do you have to change the signals to avoid the other team seeing them and everything like that? And how does that work?
Yeah, exactly. So it depends on each player of the other team, and that's why we have those signals. So, for example, if the tendency of one player of the other team is just to swing cross every time, we're gonna put a number two on, or just number two on the back, and then the defense knows the line is mine. You get the cross court ball.
Okay. And Is that something you worked on in practice? And how did you become so good at serving? Have you always been good serving the ball, or is that something that you've developed over time?
Mm, I always had a pretty good serve. I feel like I was always confident in that part of the game. Um, I feel like I can control my serve really well, serving short, serving deep, really putting the ball where I want. But I think that comes with practice, of course. I mean, I do it every day. We put some chairs on the other side and we had try to hit the chair, or we put a towel and we have to hit the towel or in front of the towel. And I think those goals that make us makes us getting better at targeting a certain part of the court. And that means that in the game they can tell me, yeah, surf in front of the player and or surf on her left side, depending on where she's better or worse at passing at that moment.
Yeah, and how helpful is it that you have a veteran group? You've made a few changes to the starting lineup. Paola seen some more time at libero, but you played with the same players pretty much your entire career for the past 2, 3 years. How does that help you having so much the same players with you on the team?
I mean, the connection between setter and hitters is really important. That's one big part of the game. I feel like just knowing which ball and which moment the hitters need. I think Matt knows that really well. But also passing, I know which ball I go, which ball the other players go. And I think that comes with time. I mean, you get to know the players on the court, their tendencies and everything. So yeah, it definitely helps playing with someone that you've played before. And I had played with Mari for years too, and I think I can help her in certain situations. I know what she's gonna do and how she's gonna react to my feedback, and I think that really helps.
And I mentioned Paola because she is the new teammate of yours, a fellow Brazilian. We spoke with her earlier in the year, and she said you've been a big mentor to her, helping her get used to Georgia Tech and playing with the program. What's that been like for you, being a mentor or helping another player become into the program?
So when I came, Mari was already here for 1 year, and just her being Brazilian really helped me adapt myself to just being in the US, being away from my family, just being in a completely different country and culture. I think just having that one thing that reminds you of home and that helps you just getting around and getting used to things really helps. And that, of course, it transfers to volleyball also. Just playing in a new environment, playing with new girls, playing with a different system. I think I just want to be like Mari was for me for someone else. And what it was really, really huge for me, and I'm really grateful for it.
And what's that like? Half the team seems like they're South American because you have an Argentinian in Bianca. What's that like for you, bringing that South American culture to college volleyball in the United States? And your head coach as well, and Claudia. It's a really strong South American representation at Georgia Tech for you.
Yeah, now the girls are even listening to South American music when we travel or Brazilian songs. And yeah, of course, definitely the volleyball, it's really huge in Brazil, also in Argentina. And I think we have a really great passion for the game and just bringing that to the girls and just being able to play with them. And yeah, what can I say? We now I'm speaking Spanish fluently. Actually, we just speak Spanish. We practice Spanish with Bianca, and we've been teaching the girls some Portuguese.
That was my
Yeah,
next question. And your English is we've spoken for years now. It's very good. It was good when you before
thank you.
you came to the United States. But how do you communicate? You got Portuguese, you got Spanish, as you mentioned, obviously English. How do you communicate? Is everyone just speaking kind of a mix of all three all the time?
Yeah, sometimes it just gets too confusing in the middle of the game, and it's all so fast. And sometimes I just speak Portuguese and English and Spanish sometimes, but everyone understands it now. Everyone knows that we do that. But I think that's really, we can sometimes just say something and the other team doesn't understand. So that's a little help that we have sometimes.
Do you hear the other team speak in other languages, and do you pick up what they're saying on the other side of the net?
Actually, sometimes we played against, I think, some Italian girls, and you can pick up. It's kind of similar to Portuguese and or Spanish. I mean, Spanish we understand, so they're not gonna have success with that. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of great international players around the ACC, around the country too.
Any German?
Have not found a
No
German in the
German.
ACC yet.
No German. All right. Well, and then
No.
lastly, you have Clemson coming up on October 13th. Big win against Pitt. That was a nationally ranked team. And how do you have? It's a quick turnaround. You only have a few days before going on the road to another opponent. How has the team rested and recovered, preparing for Clemson?
I mean, yeah, we definitely rested. We had a day now from the win, and I think we have practice today. We just have to focus in and just do everything that we need to play against Clemson. I mean, we scouted too. We already watched video on them, and I think we're prepared to just not turn the page, but I mean, focus in again and play this Clemson team tomorrow.
Well, Julia, thank you for your time. We greatly appreciate it, and safe travels to Clemson.
Thank you.